Hello everyone, it is nice to see you again. For starters, if you know me only from YouTube, you might don't know that I was wearing glasses for quite a lot of time. To be more precise, I was wearing glasses since 2nd grade, but I will show you some proof. This is me when I found a turtle in glasses, funnily wearing turtleneck. This is me how I was skiing in glasses. I partied in glasses. Having a decent jump in time, I wore glasses on the uni as well. I started with -2 dioptries, but with time I developed myself up to -6. For the uninformed, the minus means that you are nearsighted, so you don't see well enough, just in a distance, but for close you are good. And for the positive, you need it for reading. Just to give you a visual representation, this is what you see normally, and now what I saw roughly without my glasses. No wonder that although I haven't been to a fist fight myself, but I had this recurring nightmare that I'm in a fist fight and first punch someone punches my glasses off and I see nothing. I cannot defend myself because I see nothing. I could see really sharp just at like 30 centimeters or so. So during these nightmares I woke up in the middle of the night, I had to search for my glasses, and if I found them I was able to sleep back. Yeah, sad times. But nightmares are not the topic of this video, so we fast forward to 2013 when I decided to use half of my savings and go for a FEMTO-LASIK eye correction surgery. For my surprise, after calling the institute with the best reputation at that time in Hungary, I got an appointment 1 week after my first call. And at that appointment they examined my eyes and they said that I am good to go for a FEMTO-LASIK eye surgery. They said that they can almost assure me that I will have 100% correction on my eyes. At that time I had two options, the LASIK, FEMTO-LASIK, and the PRK method. And I will describe you what are the differences between those. So let's consider that this onion is your eye. We cut it in half at first for ease of use. Now that it's done, I will demonstrate how the PRK works. Obviously they will secure your eyes so you can't move them. These surgeries are very precise, so any movement results in a big fail. With both procedures, the first step is some numbing and cleaning drops to your eyes. This is nothing unusual. But with the PRK, they are going to scrape off the top layer of your eye until the surface is revealed, where they can use their laser tool to form the light reflecting surface which will correct your eye's deficiencies. After it is done, they will put a sort of see-through bandage on top of your eye, so it's going to be covered from infections and dust. Given the removal of the first thin layer from your eyeballs, it will take time for the surface to heal. Now we can compare how the FEMTO-LASIK method works. It won't be entirely different, I can tell you, however now is the time to distinguish between simple LASIK and FEMTO-LASIK surgery. In both cases, instead of scraping off the first thin layer from your eyes, they are forming a flap. The normal LASIK method is closer to what I'm doing now, as they are using blades like this. With FEMTO-LASIK, they will use a different laser called femtosecond laser to create the flap. I guess there is no need to explain why the laser is more reliable than a blade. To my knowledge, they are not really performing pure LASIK anymore. So next step, they are folding the created flap back and performing the vision correction with the secondary laser used for the PRK as well. So the main part doesn't differ. They will then fold back the flap to your eye and you are ready to go. What is the difference then? Generally, the PRK method heals slower, so you will need like 6 months to wear sunglasses wherever you go. With the LASIK, you will need only 3 months. The main difference comes right after the surgery. With PRK, you will feel discomfort. How they describe it to me, it's more like they poured some sand into your eyes and your vision is not entirely clear, but it should go away within a week or so. It depends on person to person. With the LASIK, you can right away drive, do your regular job, everything. So with this flap is healing, then the recovery is a lot faster. Although you need to look after this flap because for it to heal, it takes several months as well. The price of the PRK method is usually a lot cheaper. In my case, I paid like 1600 euros and the PRK would have been 40% cheaper. And now let's see how this whole surgery thing holds up for me after 7 years. In short, it's really great. The surgery itself was a surprisingly good experience. Actually, I felt really secure. Everyone was very nice. The whole surgery took 5 minutes. So hands down, I would do it over almost any surgery which I can think of. What was really interesting is that they hold my eyes in one place, but I felt like I can blink. Although, of course, I was not able to blink, but the sensation of blinking was there. I think it is almost fun. No pain at all. So I haven't felt any pain at all. It was more like a laser show, which you can see. And that's it. I gained 100% vision as it was promised, and this is awesome. If you have glasses, you know the difference between wearing glasses and wearing contact lenses. It's like when you go from a really old movie to a widescreen one and you're just like, wow, this is how it looks like, really? This is another big step compared to the contact lens as well. So I couldn't really describe it before, but after looking at my computer after the surgery, I was like, wow, is it really how it looks like? I did my surgery in the worst time possible, in the middle of summer, and then right after the surgery I went to my Erasmus in Greece, so I think it's the worst case scenario, and I had no issues at all. I needed to wear my sunglasses at all times when I was on direct sunlight for 3 months, and of course summer, Greece. But for me it was a big thing that I could wear my sunglasses. Actually, these are my glasses, which I bought right after the surgery, and I really lost them in the Greek Sea just at the last day when I needed to wear them. I collected all the negative aspects which I can think of throughout these 7 years. So the first is glow around lights. This means that especially during the recovery phase, you will see either starburst or glare or some haze or glow around spotlights, especially during night. I really get used to it over time, but here is what I kinda can explain. What remained is that if there's, let's say, a car and the headlights are on, I can see this hazy, glary, starbursty mixture. Somewhat similar to this picture, but I think it's more subtle in reality. But I think it's not a big deal, although it's noticeable, but I really get used to it over the time. The next is sensitivity to direct sunlight. So my eye is more like a vampire's, so
You're beautiful.
if I go outside to direct sunlight, I'm like, oh no, it's too bright. But actually I can easily fix that with sunglasses, and I really love to wear sunglasses, so for me it's not a big of a deal. But if I don't have sunglasses with me, well, it can be a bit of an issue. And one more thing is that when I was nearsighted, I had this ability to use my eyes like magnifiers. I was able to read text even from this distance, and it was useful sometimes.
Can you enhance it?
Can we enhance this?
Can you enhance it?
Hold on a second, I'll enhance. Zoom in on the door.
Times tap.
Zoom. Move in more.
Wait, stop.
That was useful. Now I lost it totally. So this is my feedback after 7 years of my FEMTO-LASIK surgery. Would I recommend it? Absolutely yes. I had almost zero issues with it, and I think it was one of the biggest improvements of my life in my adulthood. So I think this is a no-brainer so far, and I hope if it stayed like this for 7 years, it will continue to be really good investment. So I can definitely recommend it if you are thinking about it. And yeah, before you go, just one more thing. Now that we are at this topic, you know, this eye topic, there's something else which I wanted to touch base on, is the fact that a lot of people pointed out in my previous videos that I'm not looking straight into the camera, and this is not related to the laser eye surgery. So that's another thing called lazy eye. So I have a leading eye, my left eye. It's relatively easy to correct in childhood, early childhood, you know, when children are wearing those patches over their eyes. This is what's the correction method. But it's obviously not working in this age as I have now. I don't know if it's for everyone. For me, it's somewhat controllable, so I can control, like, I'm looking at the camera just with my left eye, just in my right eye, in with both eyes. So, you know, I don't know, maybe it can be like a blessing and not a curse. Normally I don't feel any discomfort, but sometimes, especially if I'm like giving a lecture or something, it can be really annoying that someone asks a question and they are not sure. Are you looking at me? Or are you looking there? Or are you looking at me? Or are you looking there? It can be confusing. Leave a comment below if you think that I should keep with straight eyes or not, or is it disturbing you or not. Okay, I think it's more actual than ever that see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Yes, signature check now.